All right, good morning and welcome to the How Can I Help My Child series. Who is here with me? It's yet another beautiful day, and it's that time in the morning where we come to talk about parenting, to talk about how we can help our children become the best version of themselves, how we can create the support that our children need to become everything that God has created them to be. We started this show because of the need to answer the many questions that parents have concerning how they can support their children. As a child support expert and a child motivator, I believe strongly that it is my job to help you with strategies and tools that you can use to support your child. Because when children are supported, then children are given wings to fly. When children are supported, then they are helped to soar. All right. And it is our jobs as parents to help our children soar indeed. If you are here with me right now, if you are catching the replay, let us know in the comments that you joined us for the show this morning. And of course, let us know where you are joining us from. All right. If this is the first time you are joining us on the show, please let us know that you have just joined us for the first time or you caught the replay for the first time. If you're a parent of a preteen, then this show is definitely for you. If you are a parent of a toddler or a school age child, yes, this show is also for you because now you can learn what it takes to support your children, okay, when they become preteens. So yes, you are getting set for the assignment. All right, if you're a parent of a teenager, this show can still be for you, because in many cases we see some of our teenagers having gaps here and there. Real parenting, I like to say, is you paying attention to the gaps in your child's growth, development process, and all of that, and looking for solutions or how to support them to surmount those gaps or nip I mean, the things that need to be nipped in the bud. So yes, your teenager may still have some gaps that you need to fill in, and this show may be the answer that you need to help them fill those gaps. Today we are looking at how we can create outdoor activities that are fun and productive for our children this summer holiday. We started a series on Monday on how can I support my child to have a fun and effective or productive summer holiday. And we did start this series because we understand that parents here, they should do something about the summer. We're trying to preach that to parents, that the summer holiday is not the time to continue with the tough, structured, cognitive, all of that strenuous work that happens in school throughout the term. We are saying it's the end of the school year. Let the children relax. Let the children chill. Let the children rest their head and develop other skills apart from academic or, strong academic or cognitive skills. Let them do other things. Let them learn soft skills. Okay, it's time for soft skills. It's time to learn all of those accompaniment skills that they need to help the hard skills that they are learning in school become effective. It is time for our children to learn good habits. It is time for our children to honor the talents and the gifts that they have. The summer holiday is a great time for you as parents to bond with your children. The summer holiday is a time to spark your child's imagination. It's the time to help your child explore their environment. It's a time to help your children just feel free and allow their autonomy to, come out so that they can maximize being able to direct themselves, take initiative, and all of that. Now, if you're going to box them again in a whole structured environment by way of learning and school and lesson teacher and going for extended holiday lessons and all of that, then you are not giving them the opportunity to explore. All right, now we are saying don't do this, or we're saying let them relax. And we know that having to remove the structure that entails that you fill in that gap, okay, or fill in that space with other things. And this is where the challenge comes, because most times parents do not know how to go about this or what to do. So today we want to share with you what you can do or how you can create the right kind of, activities for your children to do outdoor that isn't just fun, but will aid your child's learning and will help your child become productive. All right. So we're gonna go right into it. Okay. Yesterday we talked about how you can create your environment indoors. So if you were not at the session yesterday, you need to look. Okay, look in the comment. Sorry, in the group. Okay, if you're on Facebook, you can just search for yesterday's episode one day ago, and you'll be able to see that. On YouTube it will be there very glaring, and you can also click and watch that. If you have a friend who needs to be here right now, a friend who is a parent of a young child, a preteen, okay, and even a toddler, why don't you go ahead and tag them on Facebook or share the link with them on YouTube? And if you are watching on our YouTube channel and you have not subscribed to that channel yet, we have loads and loads of resources in there that will help support you on your parenting journey. So why don't you go ahead and also click the subscription button so that you can be a part of what we do, all the many resources that we share in our community. All right, outdoor play during the summer is very essential, dear parents. Okay, it doesn't only fuel your child's imagination and fuel their imagination and help them build physical, stamina. And it's not just about imagination and about their physical health. It does much more than that. Okay, playing outdoor will help your child connect with nature. Okay, it will help them connect with nature, fostering a lifelong appreciation for the world around them. These are some of the reasons why our children need to be outdoor and playing. Hi, Esther. How are you doing? All right. So this is some of the reasons why our children should be outdoor and playing. When they play outdoor, their imagination will spark. It sparks their imagination. It helps them to increase in their ability to explore and discover the things in their environment. It also helps to build their physical health. Yes, when our children are playing outdoor, they are running, they are jumping, they are developing those muscles on their legs, they're developing the muscles on their fingers, they're developing all of that. Of course, blood circulation is increased, they are exercising, they are becoming fit, they are burning excess fat, and all of that. All of this goes on where our children are actually outdoor. It also helps them relax later in the day. They exhaust themselves while they're outdoor, and so it makes for deeper, deeper sleep when they come back in. And more than all of this, it also helps them to connect with nature and connect with the world around them. So the more your child is outdoor, the more your child is learning about the world around them. So this is one of the reasons, these are the reasons why our children should be outdoor this summer holiday. All right. Now, how do we do it? Is it like every day we just go and then we run up and run down every day, run up and run down? Now, you are an intentional parent. And because learning is also part of the goal, for every time or everything that your child does, make sure that there is a learning that they can take away from every experience. Create experiences for your children, create experiences for the children. But in all of those experiences, let there be a learning that is happening, because this is what learning is about. This is what life is about. Life is about learning through our experiences. So while your child is playing outdoor, you can actually purposefully position or strategically position a learning experience for the child. All right. So when you are creating your outdoor activities, what are the things that you should put at the back of your mind? Okay. The first thing you want to do is you want to create a routine. Okay. You want to add outdoor activities to your routine. Remember, if you've been following, on Monday, we talked about how to create a plan for the summer, how to create your goals, what you want to achieve during the summer, and all of that. So based on that goal, on the goals that you have created, all right, you will create a routine, you create a plan, right, to achieve that. Now make sure that in that routine you have outdoor activity put inside right there. All right, so outdoor activity doesn't end up being what you do when there is nothing else to do. Outdoor activity doesn't turn out to be something that does not happen sometimes because we are too busy inside. Okay, it should be intentionally fixed into your daily routine, especially for parents with young children. If you have children between 0 and 8, outdoor activity should be a thing. In fact, for every child. But we know that when they become preteens and teenagers, sometimes they have their thing, but that's where you come in as a parent, because we hear parents say he doesn't like to go outside anymore. If you check the reason he doesn't want to go outside anymore, it's because somewhere you have not paid attention and the child has become glued, or the child has become addicted to a screen or something else. Usually it's their computer or the TV or the games and all of that. The truth about it is, you see, technology would always, it has come to stay, all right, but it will always struggle and it will always fight to take the place of your child's natural process. The natural process, as God has created it, is that we grow and we develop through our interactions with nature. Nature is how your child will develop appropriately. All right, that is how God designed our growth. Our growth is designed through our growth, and development is designed through interaction with nature. That is why when your child is between, in fact, is it just when they're between 0 and 3 or 5? Okay, all our lives, everything that we do is connected to our senses. Sense of smell. So what you see, what you hear, what you touch, what you taste, this is what life is all about. So it is your interaction with nature. That's how brain development is supposed to happen. So technology's job is to hinder the natural process of growth. So if you are not standing up and ensuring that your child is growing the right way, you will be replacing it with something that will become a challenge, because what that thing is doing is it's altering the natural course or the natural process of growth and development. And that's it. So yes, your preteen should be outdoor also. Your preteen should go out and play. All right. As they grow older, the nature of play is going to change. But by all means, outdoor play is a thing, and it's something that you want to make sure that your child is having a piece of every day, especially during the summer holiday. So that's number one. Number two, you want to make sure that for when your children go out, there is as I said before, there is a sense of this is what learning is going to come out. What kind of learning is going to come out from this play and that play? So there are different kind of activities that allows you to help the child develop certain skills, right, and learning while they are at it. All right, so you want to harness all of this in your plan. All right, I'm going to start with what you're going to do. I mean, with each of these things, right? What you can do to make sure you touch on each of these things. So number two, okay, I'm going to use this as number two. You want to make sure that the outdoor play that your child is having is going to help your child develop their muscles. Okay, it's going to help them develop their big muscles, that's their gross muscles. Okay, it's going to help them develop their fine muscles. So what your child should be doing outside should be, so for instance, on Monday you can put, okay, we're going to do this activity when we are outside. So it's a bit of structure somewhere there, or there is an intention. That's the word. Okay, there's an intention in that play. All right, so you go out there and you can invite your child to play without structuring them per se. How do I invite you to play? Because I want a particular, or I want to, the goal or the focus is on a particular skill or a particular kind of learning to happen that day. If I want you to develop your muscles and all of that, I'm going to take you to the park. So on Monday, I can decide, all right, for the 1 hour or the 30 minutes that we have together, we're going to go to the park. Or I can decide we were just going to go outside and roll some tires. All right. So all you need to do, these tires, they're everywhere now. You remember how we used to roll tires when we were children? So you can actually get out there and get those tires. Go to mechanic and buy one or two. Give them 100 naira. This 200 naira. They will give you old tires. In fact, most times they are looking for people to take the tires off their shops. Okay. So go and grab them, and then what your child is going to do, the child is going to be rolling the tire. And yes, why won't you? If you have that 30 minutes, why shouldn't you even have that 30 minutes? All right. Put it, your children are on summer holiday. They need to play, and you need to be a part of their life during the summer holiday. All right. So I'm even giving you some of the amazing things that we're going to be doing during the 30 days summer fun activities book challenge. So we have a book challenge that is coming up. It's beginning on the 1st. It's exactly 7 days to the book challenge today. And it's going to be loads and loads of fun throughout that challenge. Children will be reading and children will be having fun, because we want to create motivation for the children to read, because everything we do in this life is driven by motivation. It is what is motivating you that is causing you to do what you do. Your children, you do all you have to do for your children to go to that school that you want them to go to, because there's a motivation. You are hoping that at the end of the day, you are able to raise them, or at the end of the day, you are able to, through what you've done, it will help them turn out okay, or it will help them, whatever whatever you use to describe that end result with your children. All right, that is the motivation for which you are working so hard, and you are paying all that fees, and you are doing all the things that you are doing, because yes, there is a motivation. At the end of the day, A, B, C, D is what I'm looking at, isn't it? Good. So it's the same way. Our goal is to get your children to read. Get the children to read. One of my biggest goal in this life is to see more children become lovers of book and knowledge. Because the more knowledgeable children we have, the more children who are connected to reading, the more learners we have and the more knowledgeable people we have. That is the only way to wipe the level of mediocrity that is in our society. If you do not know how much mediocrity is going on in this society, go to a regular government office or go on social media and look at the comments below every kind of subject. You will cry. Like, is this the level at which people think? Okay, if you don't even know, go to the streets and try to get into a cab or a bus. Just go to a busy bus stop or something like that. You will know the level of mediocrity. It irks me every time I see people. We are smart people in this part of the world. We are smart people, but because the potential of children are not being harnessed, we're turning our children into mediocres who think in some straight jacket kind of way, where it is no, let's not go there. That's not the subject of today. But anyway, if we're going to change the trajectory and we're going to start seeing more sensible people, we're going to start seeing more sensible people, more hardworking people, more reasonable people, more people who are ready to rise up and do what will work for us as a society, then we have to get them to be learners and people who are deep thinkers. And this is what books would do. So that's why we need to program children from today to start loving books. And this is one of the reasons why we started the book club, the book reading challenge in the first place. All right. So yes. So these are the motivations that you need to get your children excited for the summer and doing what they need to do during the summer holiday. So you go out there and there is a motivation for each activity. All right. So you want them to develop their muscles, their fine motor skills, their motor skills. So you want them to do an activity that will get them jumping and running and moving and all of that. So go outside, get tires, let them roll tires. Okay, go outside. Sweat, that one we used to do. Why are you not teaching your children? Go and get a white chalk, draw on the ground, on the floor, on your tiles outside, and let your children do sweat. Teach them how to do it. Or go outdoor and do the hopscotch thing. Where you put 2 legs, 1 leg, 1 hand, 1 jump, that kind of thing. Do the hopscotch kind of thing. Okay, you do not have to go buy any special resources for you to achieve these things. Take your chalk, draw on the floor and do that. Go and do the hand game. What's that one my daughter likes to sing even? Mika, There are many of them. So do all of that, the hand game, like papa, do all of that. While you're doing this, you are developing all of these muscles. Now you can actually put that, okay, this is what we do on Monday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, all of those things. So go out there and let your children do all of this. Okay, do this with them if you have the time. And I said you should have the time. All right. So games or outdoor sports or outdoor activities that will help your children develop their muscles. Okay. Obstacle course. Yes, obstacle course is another beautiful one. All right. Have the tires, have the one that they go through a tube. Just get creative. Put these things here. If you have children that are above 5, leave it in their hands. Have a conversation. Tell them, let's sit down together. Let's plan our summer. Let's plan some games. And you will see the children, they're pumped with ideas. These children, they are too smart. Just leave it to them and they will give you ideas for all of this. In fact, why am I going too far? My book, if you don't have this book, go and get it. My book, Playtime Stories for Champions, has got all of these things. Copy of Playtime Stories. I should have one of them here. I should have one of them. All right, I can see one of them here. Anyway, you should get my book, Playtime Stories for Champions. It's got over 20 or 30 activities in there that you can use. Just go through them one by one, and you have a fantastic, bonding session with your children. Or just simply join the highest of it, join the challenge, and the challenge will give you that opportunity to also do some of these things that we are talking about. That's the book. Playtime Stories for Champions. It's packed with activities, and all of that. All right, so that's one. All right, the next activity you want to do, that'll be number 3. The next activity you want to do is activities that will help your children become response, to lift or to enhance their response ability. Your child's ability to respond to the things in their environment. You want to create activities that will help your children become aware of their environment. So one of these activities that you could do to help your children become aware of their environment is a treasure hunt. A treasure hunt outdoor. You can do this, around your home. Just put create a treasure map. Okay, if your children have reached that stage, just create a treasure map that points to what, and then name the number of goodies or points that, let them know how many things we're looking out for. We're looking out for 10 items, and all of that, and then give them a map. Let them try and trace, where each thing is using the map. That is you getting your children aware of their space, helping them build problem-solving skills. You're helping them also think, critical thinking, and all of that. You can do that. All right. You can also do hide and seek. Hide and seek also helps them become aware of their environment. You can do that. All right. So activities like that. So put that at the back of your mind. On Tuesday, we're going to have a treasure hunt. And what is the learning objective behind the treasure hunt is that you want to get your children to be aware of their environment. You want to enhance their response ability to see the things in their environment, know where something is, where things are in their environment, where to spot them, to know when something is different in their space, something is different, to know when it is time to be alerted. A lot of our children do not know these things. They don't know when something in their environment has changed. All of a sudden, they don't have an idea. They just go about as if every day is the same thing. Something is totally altered in their space and they have no idea. All right, these things they can be developed. Okay, you can use games like this to develop it. Someone said Playtime Stories for Champions. Please, how can I get it? So you can get all our books. You pay for them online, or through our bank account, and let us know your location. Chances are we have a distributor or we have a pickup point in your location. So if you let us know your location, then we will point you to a distributor in that location where you can buy from. Or if it's a pickup point, then you pay to us and you can pick up. So just let us know your location and we will tell you. So if we have the books in your location, it's a matter of hours and you can actually get the book. Okay? So that's it. So that's number two or number three, right? So we just talked about anything that will improve their response ability or their awareness of their space, spatial awareness. All right. Number four is you want to create activities that will make your children aware of themselves, aware of their strength, aware of what they are capable of. A lot of times, our children are not self aware. So, our children do not know the extent to which they can bear or the extent to which they can sorry, my network, I hope. All right, so they don't know the extent to which they can bear or what they can do. All right, so what you want to do, you want to create activities that your children will try themselves, that they will try their tenacity, that will try their strength, all of that. Okay. One of those kind of activities is having them to lift things. All right. So you can do activities that help the children lift things. So you can do fill in the bucket. All right. You can do fill in the bucket. You have a big bucket, and then you have another, you have probably three different containers, and the children have to, the way you do your spoon and you fill all this kind of thing. So you do on your max set, and they have to take water from one spot, and it could be a competition. Two people take water. Definitely we have pickup points in Port Harcourt. So yes, all you need to do is pay. Okay, we'll be sharing that. The team will be sharing information with you after this session. All you need to do is pay to us, and then you can pick up in Port Harcourt. All right. So you can have a major reservoir or a tap. Better a reservoir. Don't use the tap, because the tap will take time. So you can have the buta, right? So you can have a buta or two butas that have water. Position them. See, it's summer. It is time to play. Just play. Just be naughty. That's who you are. You're a clown for the summer holiday for your children, dear parents. Okay. So if you have butas or a container, that you can use two different containers, put it there, and then put three different containers, smaller containers that the children can scoop and come and fill somewhere, and let them do that. All right. While they're doing that, they get to know what their capacity is, how much they can carry, and all of that. You can increase the size, as they go. When your children try things and they see that they're able to, all right, they want to do more. All right. Sometimes we stay for the longest in one place thinking that our children cannot do certain things. But the truth about it is they can't do it, or they are not doing it because you have not allowed them try doing it. Okay. It's also the time, if you leave, this thing, we're constantly being afraid. But it is time, especially if you have preteens, it is time to allow your preteens to start daring themselves, right? To dare themselves to go on errands, to dare themselves to go on a short trip without you. So this is a good time. If you are that parent that is a scaredy cat, you are still in that space, you are afraid, oh, will they kidnap and all of that. You can create a system, you can do something where you will actually monitor the child, all right, or someone monitors the child. Sit down in your home and send them to go to Malam. And what is wrong with it? It is part of summer. Sit down and dare to send them to go to that malam that you've never sent them, or but I sell something down the street. Let them go. Let them dare. Let them walk all the way. Create a system that will help you monitor them if you are in that space where you are afraid, so that in case anything wants to happen, you are right there to position people, position anything, drive and follow them, whatever it is that you are doing. I don't know how you want to do it. Okay. Let them give a distance between you and them, and then follow them, or send someone, the gate man, to follow them, or the gate man to go behind and act like he's going on his own thing, but basically he's there shadowing your child, if that works for you. But do something, get your children in that space, because what we're doing, we are trying to help them see the capacity or the threshold that they have for certain things that they have never tried before. So this is it. In your house, your 4-6-year-old that's been washing only small plates, it is time to add a pot to it. All right. So stretch them a little, add a pot to it, so that they can get to wash the pot. When they wash the pot and they do it right, then they know, oh, okay, I can. And then they stop saying, I don't know how to wash pots. Okay. So go outdoor, right? Stretch them so that your children can, begin to understand and know their limits. All right, so that's number 4. Number 5, you want to get your children to do dirty things. Yes, get them to do dirty things. It is that time where you get them to do dirty things. Sometimes we are too conscious, all right, too conscious, all right, and so, hey, I don't want them to get dirty, I don't want them to this, I don't want them to that. This is why we are raising children who are little babies forever. This is why we're raising men who have their fingers up. We are raising men whose fingers are up. You are raising boys who can't do anything. You have a 12-year-old boy that can do nothing for himself apart from give himself a bath. In fact, we even know of cases of 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds that their parents are still giving them baths because they feel that the child will not do it well. And so it is your problem that your child is not clean. It is not the child's problem. It's not your 10-year or your 12-year-old's problem that they don't know how to give themselves a good bath. Or it's not your job to stand there and say, come closer. Not good enough, go back. Send them 10 times until they do it right. But no, we take the job upon ourselves and we will be giving a bath to a child that is in puberty, and you are very fine with it, whether it's a girl or it's a boy. All right, so this is the time to get your children, put their hands on those things. You know all that, I can't touch. Your children see cockroaches, they run like they want to die. Your children will see mud. It's as if it's the tip of their finger that they used to touch oil. It's the tip of their finger that they used to touch mud. They don't want to touch anything that is filthy. A lot of the times it's because the children did not play outdoor. It's because the children did not get themselves messed up. They didn't get their hands messed up. They didn't climb trees and came down and they had the scratch on their hand and they had the mess and they had to look for a way to clean it. They didn't do all of that. They went outside when it was raining and they had to smash mud and they had to touch and had to figure out how to sort it. Your children did not play with reckless abandon. You know how you see children in the West and you see them in their boots, you see them with their boots and their small buckets and their shovels and stuff, and they're going right into the woods. These are some of the things that we don't have in this part of the world. And so what we're doing is we're raising lily-livered people, children who can touch animals, children who can come close to anything that is dirty. Fingers are up. And before you know it, because most times, all right, our boys are not doing strenuous things. Our boys are not doing daring things. Our boys are not doing things that will stretch them. Our boys are in the comfort of their zones. So most times, because it is usually the mothers who are there, even for the boy child, because usually our fathers are too busy, you realize that it is only what the women do. It is only the kind of strain how much the women stretch themselves that the boys know. So before you know it, we are raising boy children who cannot take on hard tasks, who cannot take on hard things, who cannot take on anything that will ruffle them. At the end of the day, your child will be there. By the time they are 18 and 22 and 24, their fingers are up. And then someone will see them somewhere and begin to give them ideas that, are you sure you don't have feminine hormones? Are you sure that you are supposed to be a boy? Are you sure that this? Look at him now, his mannerism. There is nothing wrong with the child. It is because daddy was too busy. So, and there in the house, there was mommy and the 4 daughters and mommy's 20 friends and all the 15 cousins that are girls. So all the boy had around him, surrounding him, are women. So his mannerism is that of women. Everything, his fingers are up. He can't touch this. He can't touch that. Everything is at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, someone will come and suggest nonsense to your child just because you have prepared him or you have exposed him by way of not doing the needful. You have exposed him to that kind of ideas or whatever it is. All right. So it is time, especially for our male children. The goal is, the goal or the gist is to get children to actually do dangerous things in safe ways. Why are we overprotecting these children? Let the children do dangerous things in safe ways. This is how they are going to build resilience. This is how they are going to be tenacious. This is how these children are going to be hard. This is how they are going to damn fear when they are able to do dangerous things in safe ways. So rather than protect and shield the children from doing anything, why wouldn't you rather show them how to do these things well? You are a woman, you are in your house, all right? You come back from the car, from the house, your 13-year-old son is looking at you. You are calling a kaite and calling all the people that work for you to go and pack the things into the house. Your 13-year-old, your 14-year-old son is busy playing games. You have a generator in your home and the security man is not there to turn on the gen. You, mature woman, you are out there. You are the one that is turning on gen. Your 16-year-old son is chilling. At the end of the day, you, mature woman, you are the one locking the doors and locking everything in your house. Your 14-year-old son is chilling. So at the end of the day, your 14-year-old son is chilling like every other person chills. And then all of a sudden, you want him to be a man by way of how and which way how. Do you understand? This is why we're raising men every day who are constantly waiting to be saved by women. And do you know why? Because you spent all his years saving him. His mother was a woman. So that's why you open his mouth someday and you ask a woman, what are you doing? Can my mother not do, or did my mother not do more? Why would he not ask that? So we have men today who are waiting, not just becoming one with their wife and knowing that, oh, together we will build. No, we have men whose hands are folded, waiting for women to do, simply because their mom did forever till. So get your children, let's get the children out there getting their hands dirty, doing those tough things, doing those things that will make them feel irritated. It is the reason you will be ill and you probably throw up, and your 18-year-old cannot take a mop and wipe your vomit or that of their younger sibling because their fingers are off. Ew, ew, ew. That's all they say. Everywhere they go is ew, ew, ew that you hear these children saying these days. And it's not their fault. We are shielding them and saving them from using their finger to touch anything that is dirty. So at the back of your mind is let them dirty their hands. At the back of your mind is let them do things that are messy. Let your children get messy. Let them do messy things. When we finish, we will remove the boots. When we finish, in fact, if it's too much, let them wear gloves. It's not a big deal. When they finish, let them clean. But let children do dangerous things in safe ways. All right. So these are some of the things that we can do outdoor with our children. Go on excursions with your children. Go on excursions to places of memorable places of interest. Okay. Places of educational interest. Go out with your children. All right. Go for picnics and bookniks with your children. Go for a picnic and this time take a book and read together during the picnic. It is something. Go out with your children. Take a drive around the city. You are outdoor. All right. When you go out to these locations, let them learn something. I remember the other year we went to the post office. If I didn't take my children to the post office that year, they would never know what it is, what a post office is like. But I wanted them to just feel a bit of what life was like with us growing up. I live in Abuja, so we went to Area 10. I took them to the post office. They got there. I just see a lot of activities happening in those post offices. They got poster stamps. They came in. We did letters, and we were going to write letters to their dad and see if he was going to get them and all of that. Let the children experience some of these things. They may not need to use it. They will not use it, but they are knowledgeable. All right, knowledge is a thing. Knowledge will be the stability of thy time. So let your children learn things from the past, things in the future, things in the present. Let your children be knowledgeable. Let your children open their mouth and people say, whose child is this? I'm going to have to stop here today because this show is a short show. Okay, so I hope I've been able to give you some ideas that you would throw into your summer plan. But more than anything, get your children into our 30 days book challenge, where your children will be reading, your children will be learning, your children will be developing the skills. We will be creating activities for you to do together. We will be creating activities for you to bond together. All right. And summer should not be wasted because it is a time to spark curiosity. It is a time to help our children increase their imagination. It is a time for our children to learn life skills through practice. And lastly, remember that lifelong learners and readers are made on the laps of their parents. So, yes, your child needs to start learning to read. Your child needs to start learning to love books. Your child needs to start learning to enjoy reading as a life skill today, right from when they are age 0. That's why we say that skill is taught on the lap of the parents. When the child is only 2 months old and all they can stay is on your lap with a book right in front of you and you are reading to the child. This is how you program your child to be a lifelong learner. So if you haven't already started for this course or this challenge, go ahead and register today. You will be blessing your child. Yes. And I'm super excited. I can't wait to have your child as one of my challengers. All right. Because it's going to be a fun summer holiday. All right. We have the information on the screen right now. You can screen grab the information and use it to make payments. Other than that, just check in the check in the comment section or in the description on YouTube, and you will also get this information for you to enroll your child to be a part of our 30 days fun activity summer book challenge 2024 edition 3. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Bye.